Go Blue, everyone. Tonight, we're grading Michigan's position groups. Which position groups make the grade? And also, it's Purdue week with our special media guest, all coming up next on Michigan Wolverines Live. And here we go with another episode of Michigan Wolverines Live, episode 223. Folks, it's on to Purdue. John D'Adamo here. I'm going to be taking you through the next hour and a half or so. Get us on YouTube right now. Get us on X, Twitch, and of course, listen to us on your commute. We sound good on radio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, and iHeart. And as you join us, go ahead and hit that like button. It just takes a second. Subscribe and share with a friend. Hit that bell. All right. And finally, send us a super chat. Let us know if you have a comment, you have a question. Super chats always get top priority, and we already have Wolverine Not So Casual starting us out, so that'll be coming up in just a little bit. And joining me, as always, each and every Tuesday, we got TJ back. How we doing?
Doing all right, John. Looking forward to a show. Looking forward to talking some Michigan football. And excited to smash Purdue. So, yeah, it's going to be a good week, John.
Smash. Get a cupcake to get right and maybe try out some new players.
Yeah, exactly. We got some injuries, which we'll get into. We have some updates on that. We got you.
Yes.
We got you. And yeah, I mean, this is a good week to get the guys sharpen the blade, get a bye week, and then get ready for the home stretch.
And we got everybody here. We got Marmar. We got Doreen. We got Michigander. We got Moose. Goat since Yost, and so on. Community is here, ready to do it. So why don't we get started by thanking a couple of companies that are sponsoring us. We've got Win Agency with, of course, the rival win video to celebrate the win over Little Brother. Here we go.
Another year, another exciting win over our rival. Coach Moore and our awesome team just keep stacking up wins against those who want to beat us the most. If you're a rival fan suffering from depression over your inability to beat Michigan for the past several years, chances are we cover your area. Several of our plans offer psychiatric care if you think you might need counseling to overcome your grief. Don't add a financial problem to the trauma you're already experiencing, and let our staff help you get the coverage you need. Go Blue!
How nice of Win Agency to be there for our rivals, John. Like, Talk about good people. You know,
I'll tell you what.
Go on.
Psychiatric help for Michigan State, for Ohio State. It is a great thing.
They're going through it, John. You know, so shout out to Win Agency for not only being there for the Michigan fan base, but our rivals as well. Reach out to Win Agency. Win Agency, the best agency.
Facts. And all three of the links, self-serve to get a quote, are right in the chat right now. Help support those who have supported us and supported putting this great content out there. And Healthy Dogma. That's right, folks. Healthy Dogma are one of our newer sponsors, owned by Michigan alumni who know what loyalty means. For decades, the May family has cheered in the big house and always brings that same dedication to crafting clean Michigan-made food for dogs. Check out healthydogma.com and use code 25GoBlue because Michigan loyalty extends to our four-legged fans too. And there it is, all the inventory right there. And it looks like Moose just put it in the chat here. Use code 25GoBlue, get you a 25% off. And there's the link. So if you just click that link, that will actually apply the discount for you.
I mean, 25% off is a heck of a discount. Give them a shot. Remember, 25 Go Blue. Not only do you, have a healthy food option for your own animal, but it also supports the show, obviously. So looking forward to, you guys supporting Healthy Dogma.
Absolutely.
Before we get New Life says it best. Love your dog.
Facts.
Who doesn't love their dog?
Facts.
A Buckeye might not love their dog. I mean, hey, they kick dogs.
Yes. And for the former coach kick players, and so you know what? Like, just stay away from them. No Win Agency for you. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But thank you, New Life. And here we go. We got a couple of things. So Doug Guess is now a Connor Stallions espionage member. There you are right there I've just updated the ticker with all of our new Connor Stallions espionage members that have signed up the last couple weeks. And you're all here now. We're all set up. Look at all these folks who
we got a lot. And
they're all part of the espionage community.
Absolutely. And also let's give a shout out to the rest of our members too, leaders and best, and those who stay. Thank you guys all very much. Very appreciated. Very appreciated.
Yes, absolutely. Wolverine Not So Casual, with Bowles revealing Rolder might be down for a while with an injury. Do we move Barham back to Will at linebacker and start TJ Guy at edge? Also, we are cursed. So since the super chat we were going to talk about this, but the super chat brought it up. So this is perfect.
Yeah. So Rolder is injured. Yeah.
Wow.
So Rolder,
after having a great game,
he's expected to be out. Potentially Nathan Wasu Boateng gets some opportunity. We got Bowles. It's where we are. The linebacker unit's a little banged up right now, but now Cole Sullivan, still waiting to hear. And we'll update on all the injuries, like Haynes and everything, because I do have more on Haynes. But yeah, we a little banged up. I still don't know about Cole Sullivan's injury. I've been trying to find out. I don't know yet. So I'm trying to find that out.
Yeah. Well, while we might as well hit it while we're on
hit them all.
With Justice Haynes. Yeah, why not?
All right. So do you have anything before I go?
Well, there's been some discrepancies on the internet with various media personalities on how injured or lack thereof, because Haynes was spotted with a boot when he was reading to the kids. This weekend.
But John, did you see the show yesterday? No, that's okay. You didn't hurt my feelings. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah. John was busy. He was dating. He's got his girl, and he's got.
It was competitive karaoke last night.
Yeah, I get it. Karaoke matters. So actually, live on air, I got 2 updates on Justice Haynes. I'll share right now to our audience. First of all, so just so everyone's on the same page, if you happen to miss yesterday's show, let me share. All right, so this is a photo that I got and had permission to share. So this photo here is Justice Haynes post game against Michigan State with no walking boot. Okay, now this doesn't mean, I mean, clearly he was in a walking boot after this, and we all know that. But what it is, and for example, this is the walking boot he was in. But what it does show is, it is my opinion, as well as some information that I've gotten personally, that it's not of the serious matter. It's of the short term. So here's what we have on Justice Haynes. This is what I'm hearing. We'll see if someone has some alternate information, but
yeah,
foot, it's ankle. There's ankle soreness, no sprain or fracture, and it's being evaluated again after the bye. That's what I've gotten. Cole Sullivan, to keep running down here, Cole Sullivan's out.
Well, I would just say, to set expectations, Michigan is very cautious when it comes to injury. So don't be super shocked if Haynes is out for a couple games, because the couple of games that we have, it's Purdue, it's Northwestern, it's Maryland. And so like they can keep him out and run Jordan Marshall and Jasper Parker and Kudstal.
Yeah, I think we're fine, especially this week. And we'll go from there. Maybe he's ready to go after the bye week. We'll see. But yeah, so the word is Rolder's out, like we talked about. Rayshon Benny's gonna be a game time decision. Trey Pierce, he re-injured the same area he's been battling. The goal is to rest him, from my understanding, and Rod Moore, again, these are the updates I'm getting, has not practiced.
Right.
Much at all. And then Hogan Hanson's still dealing with his hamstring injury. And it's lingering, from my understanding. So that's the updates I got from my people. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Oh, you went silent, John.
Justin Tress has to get evaluated in the offseason. I just feel like it's just too many now of these injuries, and you've got to look at the strength and conditioning program, I think, when you just have this endless wave like we're seeing. Yeah,
I don't know. I'm questioning Justin Tress in general, just in terms of mentality of the program and everything. But
yeah,
I'm not saying the program identity or culture is lost. I'm just saying, I don't know. I wonder if we can do better, and I think we can. But we'll see. I mean, to be determined. The coaches will know best there. Yeah, it just kind of is what it is. I mean, it sucks with Haynes though, because I just would love to see what he could do if he could play every game. Like this is arguably, and I know we got into this last Thursday about like the best back, Corum, Haynes, all that stuff. And anyone who's just hearing this debate right now is probably like, you're crazy. It's Corum. And I hear you. But if Justice Haynes was able to play every game, I would just love to see what he could do.
On a positive note, Earl is looking for a tune-up game for Bryce, which I agree.
100%.
This could be a great opportunity for a tune-up game coming up here. 300 yards, 3+ touchdowns to build confidence in him, the wide receivers, and the pass protection. I agree. I think this is a perfect opportunity coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, I think, I mean, let's find out. Let's see what they do here. I mean, I'll be honest though, I kind of feel like Michigan's going to bully ball them a little bit. I mean, Purdue is not a good team. We'll get into them. We'll do the preview later, but I'm wondering what they do. I'm wondering, I think the coaches, I'm wondering, one, are the coaches going to use this as an opportunity, as like a glorified scrimmage, if you will? Like, even though I know it's a real opponent and I understand this is in season and it does count, Purdue's very bad. Okay. So is Michigan going to try? I think they may use this as an opportunity to get better, but then I wonder, are they just going to try and get into the bye and heal up? We'll see.
Yeah. I really hope that we can, because they need to build that pass game up. They really do. And why wait till Ohio State when you have a perfect opportunity to tune it up here?
Yeah.
Courtney says, have no problems just fire Stink, I guess that's Wink, I'll be just fine. So Courtney wants Michigan to fire Wink Martindale, I believe.
Well, as you know, same as last year, the defense is now performing. It's now playing well. You know, if Wink Martindale holds OSU to 10 points again, I mean, are we saying the same thing? I don't know. I mean, word is, just so you know, Courtney, if this eases any concerns, Lamar Morgan's involved on the you know, the game planning for the defensive side of the ball with Wink. And that appears to be where it stands right now. So, you know, to be determined how it goes from here forward.
And finally, Michigander with the 10. Under Jimmy, we would have maybe 5 injuries throughout the whole season, and we're minor. We're having 5 every week now. Justin Tress needs to fix something or he's gone. So my thoughts exactly from the start of the show.
It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we did have some good health. I mean, I know Blake Corum got injured in 22, but I don't know. We are definitely feeling it, though.
And maybe part of it's just Ben Herbert's one of the best strength and conditioning coaches out there, and that's why Jim Harbaugh overpaid to keep him. Because normally strength coaches don't get paid big money in the NFL. Yeah. Like the guys have their own trainers and stuff at the highest level.
Yeah, no, Herbert set the market. I think if I can remember this correctly, I think the highest paid strength and conditioning coach was around $750,000. They like doubled it for Ben Herbert. They doubled it.
That's what happens. And I mean, folks saying you can't blame the strength coach for injuries. I'm not saying that the strength coach is the only factor for injuries. But when you have a program on lock with regimens, with workout regimen, with nutrition regimen, you can limit injuries. It's absolutely possible. So saying that the strength coach has nothing to do with that is also
not true.
False.
Yeah, it's not true. 100% has something to do with it. It gets there is a thing. You can do preventative maintenance for your body.
Mm-hmm.
It's why just any athlete, you know, if you've been in a training program, listen, they'll have you do yoga. They'll have you do Pilates. They'll have you do these things to strengthen your core, strengthen your ligaments, your joints. You know, like when I played hockey, we had to do yoga. We had to do heated fucking yoga on hardwood floors, and it was painful. You know, just stuff like that. So there is preventative training for injuries, and I'm not saying they're not doing that, because they obviously clearly they are. I mean, it's not they're not doing anything, but is it effective? I mean, that's the debate. Or could it just be a bad year? I mean, sometimes the injury bug does hit. You know, there are some injuries that are unavoidable, but I'm going to tell you this too. I'm a firm believer that majority, not all, can be prevented through, you know, true, like good conditioning, good strength training. You know, like for example, like there's people who get like shoulder injuries, like when it comes to like weightlifting, it's because they don't do the maintenance exercises, the rotator cuff exercise. Like there's so many things you can do for preventative care.
Yeah. Well, hey, you mentioned hot yoga, and if you're doing high intense, you know, when I was working with my personal trainer and we were going high intensity workouts, hot yoga I did every week.
Yep.
And it does help a lot because, you know, a lot of times you're sore for a couple days. And so that just helps just make the periods of soreness lessen, you know. Maybe it's a day instead of 3. But it can really help. Anyway, that was just a little side note. So account 22 with the 5. So account 22 has the alternative approach here, saying that the Chargers have the most injuries in the NFL with Herbert as strength and conditioning coach. Injuries happen in football. And by the way, I'm not disputing that I'm not saying it's all because of strength and conditioning. Injuries do happen in football. It's a violent sport, obviously. I'm just saying that it can play a role.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the injury bug bites you. Look at the Lions last year. Half our team died.
very true. Courtney, I see Morgan has improved the defense because you can really see players are playing more disciplined and the zones are better. And I agree on Tress. Okay. Yeah, I do believe that Lamar Morgan's influence has been a positive. I don't think there's any disputing that it's helped. Just to have that extra perspective.
Since he's been rumored to be involved in the game plan, defense has been very good. So take that for what it is.
JR, how do we run RPO with no P threat? Can Chip and Bryce write this? Also, the new issue is nickel blitz after Saturday. Will they help Bryce with protection? So, to be fair to Bryce, he has been reading the RPOs for the most part pretty well. And you can tell because of like just when you look at it back, you look at the film, you look at the schemes, the decisions to hand the ball off have been pretty spot on for the most part. The receivers are usually covered when that's happening. And credit to Michigan State. Everyone said their pass D was bad, but they did a pretty good job covering receivers. So maybe it wasn't 100% perfect with Bryce RPOs, but it was like he's made the right read a lot more often than he's made the wrong read.
They listen, Denard Robinson and Sam Webb did a breakdown on these RPOs, and essentially from, what I've gathered is Bryce was choosing to not be aggressive and throw. So, it just wasn't his night. There's something we talked about this on Saturday's postgame show. Bryce's Underwood's numbers on the road versus at home is night and day, so there's got to be something where he's just a little uncomfortable. He's not quite there yet. That thing, mind you, 18-year-old freshman. This is the youth that we discussed in the offseason that could potentially come up, and this is where it is. So we'll just have to monitor it going forward and see how they do this weekend. Do they correct it against Purdue? This is a great opportunity to correct it against Purdue.
Absolutely. Anyway, so we are up to date with the super chats. I want to thank everybody and keep them coming because you do get top priority. We mostly only focus on super chats, so definitely hit that and contribute, and we do appreciate it. So there has been some other, in addition to injury bug, there has been some other news. So Michigan, as has been kind of speculated for the last couple of weeks, Michigan is dropping the appeal of the Stallions Gate situation, and that includes the university. That also includes Sharon Moore. So it seems like there's a desire to move on. Seems like there's a desire, like Michigan kind of won because really Michigan got a big fine, but not a lot else. And maybe there was a sentiment that it was just like, let's just put this behind us, move on. But it is another data point of many that show, y'all know I have not been a big fan of Ward Manuel. And I have done entire shows on the need to get rid of Ward Manuel. And I do think that, like, broken clock right twice a day. Maybe he's right on this one. Maybe it is time to move on. But I do think it sets a bad precedent for the future. When we've now said, hey, we might fight this, and then we don't. Well, what's to stop the next thing coming down a year from now? And then Michigan has now established themselves, the administration, as just, hey, we'll roll over.
Yeah. Well, so I found out. So of course, John, like all things typically, I found out about this literally 5 minutes before the show. So I had to do a bit of an instant reaction yesterday, and which I didn't have all the information by any means at the time. But I said I was like So it was interesting that they would pull back after a month of, a month ago or a month and a half ago of saying they're ready to appeal. Ward Manuel supported the appeal, and then they pulled back. Well, from my understanding, some information that I've received, lawyers told the Regents it's best to move on. And the Regents were like, okay, well then let's move on. Let's not put the resources into fighting this. Now, what's interesting, John, is Stallions is still pushing. So I'm very interested to see how that goes. I'm very interested to see what comes out. I'm very interested to see him plead his his position and what does that mean, right? But now what's also interesting, apparently that fine that Michigan got.
Yeah.
Have you heard this?
Covered it.
Yeah, it's done.
It's already covered.
Hey, can we get a fucking linebacker? Can somebody just buy us a linebacker, John? We're gonna pay. Wait, how much was our fine? Like 20 million or something? I don't remember, dude. It's like I already forgot about this shit. Yeah, so they just like, whatever, here's
30 million.
How much?
30 million.
Shit, John. Wouldn't it be nice to have that few money like that? 30 million given to Michigan. It's already paid for. Can we get a linebacker? Just like the same guy. Just be like, hey, you know what? I need Nick Abrams. Just give me $500,000. We're good. So we'll see. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, look, it is what it is. I mean, Michigan's going to move forward here, but I mean, the fact that we have a private donor who it probably is Larry Ellison. I don't know if it is or not, but if it is, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the Ellisons coming through again, right?
If it's them, there's a couple billionaires involved. There's another one like I was telling you about, John. I still got to tell you off air that I've heard about, but yeah, I mean, it's listen, it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Now get us a damn linebacker, please. Oh, you went silent, brother.
We also did say that that Connor Stallions, we were thinking might fight it right beforehand. We were saying this like a while ago that because Connor Stallions had the show cause and it would actually impact his employment, where a lot of these coaches, the show cause is it doesn't matter. Like Harbaugh getting a show cause, who cares? He's in the NFL. Jesse Minter's in the NFL. They're good. But Connor Stallions, this impacts him. It impacts his career.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where that goes. That's something we'll definitely be following on, as it comes out. I'm curious how that plays out. But all right, so let's talk about this, John. Let's hit on your question here. Is it weak leadership or is it time to put us behind us? Like, what's your thought here?
I think for this particular situation, I am kind of sick of it, right? Fair. And if this was the first time, if this was the first time that they were like, okay, you know what? Let's just move on. That's one thing. But this is the latest in a long line, TJ, from when they tried to do the temporary restraining order against the Big Ten and then they dropped it, or like just throughout this process when Jim Harbaugh was told to back down and just accept his suspension.
I know. He wanted to go to court.
He wanted his day in court.
I know. The way they fucking fired Chris Partridge for no fucking reason.
Yeah. Free Partridge.
I know. Dude, that is one thing I saw. I don't know I don't want to say it's weak leadership because we don't know. I'm sure there's I know there's information we just don't know about. And I'm sure whatever the lawyers told them would be interesting to know, right? That said, I hate fucking acting like we're going to go to war and then retreating.
Agree.
Like, stop that shit. Now, I will give them credit on this private equity shit. I think that's a great position to hold and good for them.
Yeah. Let's see if they
you
stick
get
to
your kudos.
This one.
You get your kudos when you do good shit. But when you do stuff like this, I don't know. It is what it is. Obviously, it's done. It's behind us. But I mean, it's another tally on the old whiteboard, John. It's another tally of what appears to be weakness. I will say some weakness, yeah.
Well, with that said, I guess the private equity thing more to come, because I think that really does. It behooves Michigan to fight that, because who does it benefit? All the schools that banded together against Michigan on the sign stuff.
That's right.
So why would we help them?
Right.
In any way after what they did?
Right. And what's crazy is OSU's like okay with this when. Why would you hold the position of helping Rutgers or Northwestern? Like USC and Michigan are on the right path there. The rest of these schools are starving for money because they want to compete at a higher level, and they're signing coaches to crazy contracts, and they're just it's inefficient spending. So yeah, I mean, I think Michigan is doing a good job there. That is something I will give them credit on. Is I do think Michigan is. There is something to be said about cautious approach to things, which I think Michigan takes, because at the end of the day, Michigan's at the top of the fucking mountain. Michigan doesn't need to fast play anything. They can slow play every hand, because they know as soon as they turn the light switch on, they can do whatever the hell they want. I mean, we just had a donor pay $30 million fine. Like, whatever. All right. Yeah. Here you go.
Just found it in the couch cushions.
Yeah, here you go. No biggie.
Crazy.
I'll say this though, when it comes to like buying out a coach's contract, I don't want to hear shit about the price of that. Because if you're paying $30 million fines, like, it ain't shit. Now, I'm not saying, do not relate that to Sherrone Moore. I'm just simply saying, you see these other schools buying these contracts out. I don't want to hear that, the contract buyout is X. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. That's, by the way, Brian Kelly getting $50 million. It just makes you think this was a long con the whole way. Because I was kind of thinking when Brian Kelly came to LSU, I was like, he's just trying to get a big fat buyout check, isn't he? That's what this is all about. He wants that big fat $50 million buyout check.
Like, people act like being fired is a bad thing. Like, that's a dream. Like, you now have $50 million. Go retire. Go live the dream, man. He's about to be bored as fuck though.
Yeah.
Bro needs to get on Call of Duty.
He might go to some. He might. Well, yeah. He might do COD. He might go to somewhere like Michigan State.
Bro,
who knows?
Fantasy football, some Call of Duty. Maybe he likes smoking some tree. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of things to do.
I don't think he doesn't seem like a tree.
He's down in Louisiana. He might have gained some culture, but like, or like what I would like to do is every week go to an away college football environment, hotel for the weekend, food, embrace the city. Like, that's a good time, man. All that money, why not?
Well, him and his family,
yeah,
I think they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
Go Blue is making a prediction here. 25 Purdue, spoiler makers no more, just a spoiled mess. Going to be a yawned shutout. That's a prediction. What do you think the score is going to be, Go Blue? Let us know in the comments. Because we are gonna have a special media guest here in about 10 minutes. Tanner Lee from Boiler Break Pod. So we'll be going through predictions and keys to the game and all of that good stuff. Let us know what your score predictions are going to be, because obviously Michigan's gotta show up on this in this one, even though it could be, because look, every rep matters. Every rep, every starting opportunity for these players. So why don't we start? And then when our special guest gets here, we'll pause and we'll do the rest after. But we're giving our midterm position grades here at Michigan at the Voice of College Football. That's right, folks. So we're gonna go through the list. We're gonna go through the position groups, and we're gonna grade them. And we may agree, we may disagree. We'll see. But let us know in the chat what your grade is for each one. And of course, we got to start with the guy under center, the one that we were all excited about when it was announced back in December. And I ran from my networking event in a suit jacket to get over here and be part of that announcement show. And it's now been about 10 months. Bryce Underwood has been the starting quarterback all year. And I will say that I think even he would probably grade himself at a B- because he's a pretty honest grader. We've heard him grade himself. But I think that overall he's done very well. Whereas, like, if I were grading the quarterbacks last year, it'd be an F. I mean, this is like Bryce has, he's obviously done better in home games. But his stats have, like, at least at home, almost 70% completion at home. He has to shore it up away. He's about 50 some percent on away games. So he's got to shore it up for away games, but very few interceptions. And I think overall he's done what we've asked him to do. He had a rough game Saturday. There's nobody who debates that he had a rough game. But overall, he's been making, I think, pretty good decisions with the ball. Not too many picks. He's had 2 picks, 7 touchdowns, and 1,526 passing yards already, plus his legs. So I'm pretty happy. I want to see more, and I want to see more around him as well. But I'm thinking B-. Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm at a B. He needs to be better. He needs to, he's got areas to improve. He's got to work on throwing third level. He's got to work on his performance on the road. And then, the extra stuff, like the Michigan State game, taking pictures when you didn't have your best game, lock in, brother. I need you to lock in. But he's 18. So that's part of growing up. And that's what you're going to see here. He's young with the whole program on his shoulders. So he's dealing with a lot of pressure. He's handled a lot well. His composure in the Oklahoma game was actually insane. And I think he's, I'm excited, obviously, to watch his growth over the next 2 years after this year.
Same here. And yeah, I think it's just the beginning, as you said, because Michigan's getting more talent on the line, more talent. Babalola's going to be back next year. That's a huge factor on the O-line. You've got your options like Savion Hyder. You've got 3 excellent, in my opinion, wide receivers coming in the 26 class that I think at least one of them could be a starting wide receiver very quickly.
Travis Johnson, maybe.
Travis Johnson, I think, could be the one out of those 3, but I could see it being any of them potentially. But anyway, so B- right now. Still time to shore that up with really great performances the rest of the way, and you get bonus points for performing well against Ohio State. So
hey, win that game, Bryce. Yeah, win that game, get us in the playoffs. That grade's going up. Wouldn't it be dope if Bryce balled out? What if Bryce what if that was his coming out party? Like, he just balled out, like 375, 4 touchdowns. Yeah, that'd be cool. Take all the pictures you want then, Bryce.
Absolutely. I'd be down. Let's hit one more, and then we have our special guest, Tanner, here joining us in a bit here for Purdue. But running backs. So running backs, obviously, Sharon Moore has leaned on the run pretty heavily. He leaned on the run pretty heavily against Michigan State, especially in the second half. Justice Haynes going for 857 rushing yardage, 7.1 average per carry, 10 touchdowns. Jordan Marshall with 544, average of about 5.5 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns. Very powerful duo. It remains to be seen what happens when Jordan Marshall takes RB1 on Saturday. But with this duo, it's been a pretty damn good duo. And I think the reason I lower it a little bit from an A is just because, at times, even Justice Haynes in the first half, and granted, he's been battling injury, but there's just been times where I'd like to see a little bit more sharpness, a little bit more in terms of the cuts, a little bit more in terms of some of the bursts and some of the things like, I'm thinking Blake Corum, right? I think Blake Corum is like gold standard of what, modern Michigan running back has been to be that, like, that's an A for me. It is a Blake Corum, like put the game on your back type. And Haynes has gotten there at certain parts of the year, especially early, but I'm going A-. What do you think, TJ?
I'm A+. I'm not sure we can ask for more, John. I mean, here's why I look at it like that, right? I mean, you got, you have a running back. Look, Haynes is averaging 7.1 a carry. Marshall's averaging 5.5 total. They got 15 total touchdowns in 8 games. Haynes is unfortunately missed a game and a half, right? And he still has 850 yards. You got Jordan Marshall with 544. Both of them could be RB1s, right? And they're doing this with a line that we would all agree is not elite. And not only that, you have an offense that really, the passing game is not always clicking. So I think this running back room has carried this offense, and these are bright spots. If Jordan Marshall didn't find his path in the USC game, John, I'd probably stand with you on an A-, but I think both backs are performing well. I'm definitely an A+. I don't see a reason for it. I mean, yeah, there's been a fumble here and there, but I mean, they just perform so damn well. And I mean,
yeah,
injuries, if you want to knock a grade because of injuries, but I mean, yeah. I'm at A+.
Yeah.
That there's only 2 position groups. I'm going to put it in A+, and I'm sure everyone knows what those are.
Fair enough. So we'll circle back to this, but we do, of course, have our.
No, we lost you, John. Mike went out. No bueno, brother.
Take us through. Take 2. Michigan versus Purdue. We got Tanner Lee here from Boiler Break Pod joining us. Tanner, thanks for coming on Michigan Wolverines Live.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on. Looking forward to this.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. Big matchup here. Obviously, Michigan versus Purdue, brought to you by FanDuel. And FanDuel does have, obviously, Michigan favored by a bit here, right? 20.5. And it is a night game. And so, take us through a little bit for you on, what you've seen with Purdue lately and kind of where you think this matchup is right now.
Sure. First off, I think Purdue is an improved team from last year, which is not hard to do when you're 1-11 last year. I don't think their record tells the whole story of the team they are. They're 2-6. So, the average fan looks at that and, sees that they haven't won a conference game in 2 years now, or going on almost 2 years now. But they've been competitive outside of the 19-0 loss at Northwestern, which was such a frustrating game. They just came out flat, looked like they didn't want to be there. It was just inexcusable. I don't know. Nothing went right that game. Every other game, even the Notre Dame game, they were competitive for a half, and then the talent just, reared its ugly head. Illinois, Purdue kind of shot themselves in the foot over and over again. USC, Purdue had 3 red zone turnovers. Minnesota game, Purdue honestly dominates the game from a yardage standpoint, has over 200 more total yards than Minnesota, but 2 late turnovers kills them in the last 7 minutes. They lose that game. And then this past Saturday against Rutgers at home, same thing. Purdue was up double digits twice with the ball, couldn't get up to that 17-point mark, let Rutgers hang around, and had an unbelievably unfortunate turnover with 1:06 left. Rutgers kicks game-winning field goal. So it's an improved team, improved coaching staff with Barry Odom under the helm year 1 instead of Ryan Walters, but not good enough team to get out of their own way. 82 new players. To be honest,
82?
82 new players on the roster. Yeah.
That's
Quite a
nuts.
few.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that might be the most I've heard.
Wow.
Yeah. I think literally he's grabbed guys just to fill out a team, have enough to practice this year type of deal.
Yeah.
Going to this Michigan game, I mean, the fan base is pretty down. I mean, I don't know how else to cut it. I think we were all hoping for 4 wins this year. I know that sounds like a loser mentality, but got to start somewhere.
Got to be realistic.
Build a culture, especially with so many new guys coming in. And they kind of blew their opportunity in October. You had Illinois, Northwestern, Minnesota, Rutgers. I got the Minnesota and Northwestern order there mixed up. Those were your games you could make some traction, get some Big Ten wins. Didn't happen. Now you have at Michigan, Ohio State at home, at Washington, Indiana at home as your November. Just a gauntlet. So not too optimistic coming into this game. Our series history is not good against Michigan. I've seen Purdue beat Michigan 4 times in my life and only remember 3 of those. 2000, which Purdue had a guy named Drew Brees. You may have heard of him.
Yeah.
And then 08 and 09, which I know Michigan was down with Rich Rod at the time.
Yeah.
So
thanks for bringing it up.
You're welcome.
You got to have a feel good moment.
That's all I can hang my hat on. So, I mean, Purdue's 20.5-point dogs for a good reason. I mean, honestly, if Purdue can just hang in there, cover the spread, I count that as a win. I hate that mentality, but that's where we are right now as a program. It's pretty sad. Most people, aside from myself, because I do this podcast, are already on basketball mode because, our basketball team is ranked number 1 in the country. It's a preseason goal. So, but it'll be interesting to see how Barry Odom can keep the locker room together in November. And you just hope these guys can be competitive in these games. And maybe if they keep one close, who knows, maybe they get the right bounces their way and then they sneak out a crazy upset. But I mean, Michigan's a better team across the board. No Purdue fans going to lie and say that Purdue's better at any position, but we'll see.
Yeah. No, good breakdown there. Really appreciate it, Tanner. And honestly, appreciate you coming on too. Cause we had Michigan State last week and they were honestly too afraid to even come on here and do a preview. The
Michigan
only
State
team on our schedule
away.
We had multiple people not do it because they just couldn't man up to it. But
that's pretty sad. I mean, right now, in the state of Indiana, I mean, it sucks to be a Purdue fan. You've got Notre Dame's always good. They're a rival, even though we don't play them every year anymore. Indiana's now number 2 in the nation. I never thought I'd see that in my lifetime. But if I was invited on an Indiana podcast, I'd still go on, even though they're going to kick our teeth in. I mean, Michigan State's showing their little brother. I mean, that's all they're showing right 100%.
Yeah, they got that mentality, man. What do you expect? But so I guess we can get into here. We got Michigan's defense versus Purdue's offense. I mean, looking at Purdue's total offense here, you guys appear to be a better running team than you are throwing. You are a top 10 offense in the Big Ten, though, in terms of yards a game. What does Michigan need to be aware of in terms of your offensive players to look out for?
Yeah, it's interesting because our quarterback, Ryan Brown, who's originally from Michigan, he's a redshirt sophomore, but he's like 23 or 24 years old. I'm not sure on his age. He's older.
He's living the dream. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, hey, there's 27-year-olds playing anymore, so it is what it is. Get it while you can. He was on Purdue last year. He was back up to Hudson Card. He did start against Illinois and Oregon when Hudson Card was hurt. Transferred to North Carolina just for the spring, then came back in the portal and came back to Purdue and ended up winning the job over Malachi Singleton, who's a transfer from Arkansas. But in the last few weeks, they've been mixing in Malachi a little bit for mostly run packages. He's more of a runner. Ryan Brown likes to run too, but he's trying to be pass first. So I think you'll see a mix of both those guys, especially if Purdue's in the red zone. They like to bring Malachi Singleton in a lot to run quarterback draws and those types of things. But really, I mean, Purdue's lone returning offensive starter from last year's running back Devin Mockabee. He's been with Purdue all 4 years. So
I remember Mockabee.
He's a fan favorite just because he's been loyal. I mean, he could have went elsewhere, got paid more, but he's also a mechanical engineer. Wanted to see out his engineering degree. So, and then they got a young running back named Antonio Harris, and then they grad transfer Malachi Thomas from Virginia Tech. He really had a breakout game this past weekend against Rutgers. So they're kind of their 3-headed monster there running back. And then wide receiver, Michael Jackson's their reception leader, but he's only scored 1 touchdown. That was the first game of the year against Ball State. Nitro Tuggle, Michael Jackson and Nitro Tuggle are both transferred from Georgia.
I know.
You're saying Michael Jackson wasn't moonwalking as much as you expected.
No, he did the Thriller dance celebration game 1, and everybody's waiting for the moonwalk. He hadn't got back in the end zone. So I mean, he's got 44 receptions on the year. He just doesn't get in the end zone. Nitro Tuggle's kind of their leader in touchdown's. He's a burner.
Yeah, it's a red zone.
We wanted him in Michigan.
Yeah, he's a burner from Northern Indiana, Northwood High School, I believe. In Purdue, I like Purdue's nucleus wide receivers, but nobody's been consistent. And they're actually killing Ryan Brown lately. They're having a case of the drops really bad. Even against Rutgers, Corey Smith and EJ Horton both dropped clear-cut first downs on third down. 2 different drives.
Hey,
just drive killers.
We can sympathize with you on that
man.
one. We can sympathize. We've had a couple of drops too.
I mean, we want to yell at the quarterbacks all day long. That's what we do as fans and armchair quarterbacks, right? But the talent around them have to help the guy out. So, one position you don't have to worry about Purdue is tight end. Our starting tight end's been out since Notre Dame, George Burnheen, and I don't know when he's going to return, if he's going to this year. And the other nucleus of 3 guys might be the worst tight end room I've seen at Purdue. So don't have to worry about tight end, which makes it tough on the offense, especially when you get in those red zone opportunities. You don't have a tight end to throw to. So I think as long as you shut down Purdue's run, it should be a pretty easy night for your defense.
All right. Looks like the top George Burhen with 9 receptions and 94 yards. So
he's been out since week 4. So
tight ends mostly used for it sounds like blocking over there. Yeah.
Yep.
And then just a quick change up. So obviously Michigan's offense with Bryce Underwood going up against Purdue's defense. I mean, how do you see that matchup and anybody we should be watching out for on defense?
Well, yeah, his athleticism makes me nervous. And then Haynes, your running back, the Alabama transfer, he's explosive.
He's likely out, unfortunately.
Oh, is he really? Okay.
Yeah. But you got Jordan Marshall to deal with. So
he's still, like I heard, he still averages 5 yards per carry.
Yeah.
I think he's at 5.5.
Yeah. So and then Donovan McCauley, I remember him well from Purdue. Tried to recruit him hard out of high school, and he went to Indiana. Purdue's defense all year long loves to give up explosive plays. Michigan's got athletes all over the place, so makes me very worried there. Purdue's defensive backs, I mean, they're just a collection of brand new guys. Their best defensive backs, Tony Grimes. He followed Barry Odom from UNLV. I think Purdue's his 4th school, to be honest, 3rd or 4th. He's a senior. But the 2 guys you got to watch out for on Purdue defense, actually 3. 2 linebackers are tackling machines. Manny Powell and Charles Correa both came from UNLV with Barry Odom, so know the defense really well. I think Manny Powell 2 weeks ago against Northwestern had 20 tackles himself. In a losing effort, though. So those 2 guys fly around the field. But from a pass rushing standpoint, there's only one guy you need to watch out for at Purdue, and that's CJ Nunley. He has 5 sacks. He went from not starting to all of a sudden getting in the starting lineup and just being a huge force. He's a transfer from Akron. So, but besides that, nobody's really been able to get to the quarterback with at least any consistency. So, unless Purdue can slow down the big plays, the explosive plays. I mean, heck, Rutgers over the weekend, their wide receiver's name's escaping me. He had 6 catches for 243 yards, which was a record for an opposition against Purdue dating back to 1984. So, Purdue just likes to give up big plays. It's been a common theme all year long. So,
you guys are ranked, I think, 2nd to last in passing defense, giving up 200. So this is a great opportunity. We have this thing. Last week, our passing offense wasn't very effective. We relied heavily on the run game against another defense that wasn't ranked very high in passing defense, but we're hoping that we can get it together this week going into the bye, getting ready for our home stretch here. So but we'll see, man. I mean, now the game is at home for us.
MSU look like the '85 Chicago Bears.
I watched some of that game. It just you just couldn't quite put the nail in the coffin early enough. They just kept hanging around, But it's a rivalry game. So
you throw the book out. So if Purdue were to pull off the upset, what would need to happen? What are your keys to the game?
Well, honestly, I think it's going to take some luck on Purdue side, some trickery. I mean, I go back to the 09 and 08 games. I'm sorry for bringing Rich Rod up again.
All right.
But in 09, the only win I've seen in the big house, I mean, Purdue was down 14 at one point, scored a few touchdowns, and did a random onside kick when Michigan wasn't expecting it. 08, they did a hook and ladder to end up winning the game at Ross State. So the trickery's got to be involved, which Purdue has ran some trick plays both on offense and on special teams this year. So if it's a close game, maybe they pull some tricks out of their sleeve. And Purdue's got to find a way to force turnovers, which is something the defense has not done a good job of all year long. I think they only have 2 or 3 interceptions on the season, a couple forced fumbles. So I mean, they're got to win the turnover battle. Going to have to get penalties down, which has not been easy for Purdue. They did have 0 penalties against Rutgers. 0 penalties. Usually, that leads to good things, but couldn't win the final tally on the scoreboard. So, but normally we average, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8. I don't even know what it is. Penalties a game, high number in my opinion. So keep the penalties down, win the turnover battle. I think those are Purdue's keys. Score prediction though, I'm going Michigan 37, Purdue 13.
Very close to my score prediction. Yeah, keys of the game for me, John. Execute the offensive game plan. That's and that means through the air. That's a key to the game. Now it's more or less, is that a key to win, or is that a key what we want to see this team achieve? To be debated, I guess. Obviously win the turnover battle, because I agree with you, Tanner. That's the only way I could see you guys staying within this game. And then the final key would have to be just a sound run game, because that would be probably good enough to win, in my opinion. Sound run game on this defense. My score prediction is close to yours. I have 37-10. So we're on the same page there, Tanner. Yeah, I think Michigan's going to, I think we're going to have a good game for our program. I think we're going to have a good game for our program. Let's see how we execute, though. We do have a young team in a lot of areas. We have a young offensive line, young quarterback. We're going to have redshirt running back, 3 redshirt offensive linemen, freshman quarterback, freshman wide receiver. A lot of youth, right? So even though there's all of that, they're young, and it's college football. So it'll be, so at the end of the day, they got to come to play.
Sure.
All right. So for me, so if Purdue wins, that means turnovers. That means luck. That means Sharon is ultra conservative plays to not lose, which we did see last week. But then Purdue surprises them, and then they have to try to play from a position that they don't want to. So I think that needs to be kept at bay. But I think Michigan needs to execute, needs to pass. We need to see better pass protection from last week. Run pro was fine. Pass pro, no bueno. Cock-a-doo-doo, as Maniac, our buddy Maniac likes to say. But Bryce has to be on too, and he does tend to be better at home versus on the road. So there's that. On defense, they just have to keep doing what they're doing, because on defense, I think they've been one of the best in the country, and they found their strides after a little too much blitzing early in the season. They've eased up on that, right? So I think that's the key there. Execute. 38-7 is kind of where I'm at. And the reason is because I think we'll allow an early touchdown.
First drive.
Like the first drive or second drive, y'all are going to get a touchdown. But aside from that, Michigan takes care of business. But we'll see, because this has been an interesting season for sure.
Yeah, and I love this matchup. I mean, it's because I do remember the Drew Brees days. I just it's fun. It's one of the things I enjoy about the Big Ten is just the rotating opponents.
Mm-hmm.
I guess let me ask you this for you out of here, Tanner. What do you think your program needs to do to get back to relevancy in the Big Ten? Like, what are the next steps for you guys?
Yeah, I think this offseason's huge. I almost think it's a make or break. There's been a lot of fan frustration towards the athletic department themselves. towards the AD. A lot of people don't think, and a lot of us don't know the ins and outs of what kind of money they have. I mean, the basketball team's figured it out, but I honestly think Matt Painter's just taken the ball there and figured out his own approach, and it's worked. A lot of people want more funding for the football or more donors, but we don't have a huge we have rich alumni, but honestly, a lot of our rich alumni don't seem to care about sports. So we don't have that Mark Cuban, I guess I'm trying to say, or
Phil Knight.
or Phil Knight, or I know you guys got some huge donors too.
Larry Ellison.
Yeah, thank you. His name was escaping my head. I knew he was an Illinois grad, but gives
we're lucky to have him, man.
Yeah. Him. I mean, that stuff helps, but and we're not looking to. I mean, we love to compete for the Big Ten. Don't get me wrong, but with the Big Ten East and West divisions gone, which it was fun to play you guys in that Big Ten championship years ago. To get back to competitive, like Jeff Brom had the program, would be great. And I think a lot of fans are still patient with Barry Odom. Now I've seen some idiots that already given up, want him gone after 8 games. Like, come on. I mean, if you really expected him to win 6 or 7 games with 82 new players, I mean, you're good on you. But I just want to see him competitive the rest of this year, and then hit on some portal guys and retain your good players. That's what's killed Purdue so far in this portal era. They haven't been able to retain their good players. I mean, from last year's team, Dylan Thieneman went to Oregon. Max Clare went to Ohio State. Will Hell went to Clemson. Cole Brevard went to Texas. That's just a couple off the top of my head. I mean, they just haven't been able to retain players. So they got to figure that out and then figure out how to go get.
You lost like a defensive. Didn't you lose like a defensive end? If not this year, last year.
Last year, Nick Scorton to Texas A&M. Thank you. Yeah.
Do you think Max Clare regrets his decision?
I mean, I'm sure
he's not producing at Ohio State.
Exactly. He's having fun winning games, but he would have been Purdue's main target. He was last year.
He should have came here.
I mean, he would have helped his draft status probably at Purdue by just getting tons of stats.
Right.
But
for sure. Yeah. I always wonder those things, like if these kids decisions,
Yeah, grass isn't always greener on the other side. I mean, they see the bigger payday and it's an opportunity to win.
Well, Michigander is being positive for you. With the $1.99 there, Purdue can score points.
At times we can. But, we move the ball. I mean, I'll be honest. Against teams way more talented than us, we've moved the ball well, but then we just can't end drives. We either turn it over or have penalties that back us up, and it's just we shoot ourselves in the foot constantly. And we're just not at a state as a program that we have enough talent that we can shoot ourselves in the foot and get away with it. So
very good,
Tanner. Thanks for taking some time, especially real trooper to do it. Given the season, so just let us please take a moment to let everybody know where they can find your work.
Sure. Yeah. We're the Boiler Break Podcast. We go live once a week. Our schedules kind of vary. It's me and 2 co-hosts. So our schedules vary because we cover football and basketball. So whatever day works for us, and especially basketball season, whatever day Purdue doesn't have a game, we try to go live. We go live on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. You can find us on all social media platforms at Boiler Break Pod. And our podcast is available in audio formats on every major podcast platform. So even though you're all Michigan fans, if you want to subscribe and give us a like and a follow, we'd appreciate it.
Absolutely. And Tanner, maybe we'll have you back on during the basketball season at some point, because our program might clash,
I would think 1 and 2 in the Big Ten, I would think, at least on paper. So
looking forward to it, man. We'll see.
Yep. Thanks for having me on, guys. I had a lot of fun.
Tanner, here we go, man.
Thanks, Tanner. All right. We are back to our streak on we're going to start a new streak on media guests after
good ones. I mean, Tanner was great.
Ran away.
Save his info, man. I mean, I like Tanner. It was good.
Yeah, big fan.
One day we'll get a Spartan on here.
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple lined up. They just couldn't do it last minute. So
I mean, they couldn't do it. I don't know. A lot of delays
But yet, Purdue, the Purdue guy shows up
and with great energy. He was just he knows what it is.
They're 2-6, and he showed up. So take that, Sparty.
Sign of character. That's what I mean. That's why Spartans are little fucking brother, bro. They think they're something they're not. Punk ass school, bro.
While he was on, we did get a couple more super chats. So 23 tails with a 20. Sharon needs to not be like Pete Carroll or Deion Sanders this year. He needs to be more like Kirby or Nick Saban with this young team, only because of youth. Got to get them to pay attention to detail. So he's saying be a tough coach, like hold players accountable, that kind of thing. Like he was doing with Jasper Parker, I think is kind of the vibe 23 tails is after.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know but the problem with Sharon is he's not that, Sharon's an offensive line coach who is, by all accounts, a hardworking leader of men, which that's fine. But let me ask this, why would Sharon want to be like Deion Sanders? Oh, not to be like Deion Sanders. Got you.
Not to be.
Oh, like Saban. See, here's the thing about Saban, though. Saban was a DB's coach, right? And then Kirby Smart is a defensive fucking genius, right? Am I correct on this? I want to make sure I'm accurate. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kirby Smart is a defensive genius. I would say so.
Yeah. And like the issue with, I don't want to say it's an issue, but I mean, like, can we just be, all right, I don't know if I've ever been given this position. Sharon's kind of been fast tracked, offensive line coach for a few years. He was tight ends coach.
You've said this before. It's true.
Yeah, but then offensive coordinator 1 year, Yeah. So like he hasn't
co-OC and then solo OC, but yeah.
But he hasn't had like that longevity at a position group or, and then he's even with his own line success, it was instant. As soon as he took over, they were Joe Moore award-winning offensive line. So I don't know. It's interesting. Sharon is legitimately learning on the job, boys and girls. And I'm going to be real with you. And I've said this before. I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic about this program. I am. I see a lot of good signs that I'm not sure others see.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think that the frustration, TJ, is just when you see obvious stuff that isn't being corrected. And that's where I think the frustration is. Like Samaj Morgan being, in my opinion, the number one right now that, like, in addition to special teams, I would say it's Samaj Morgan and special teams right now that are driving me nuts because this is a player. I understand the love. I understand what he did in 23. He's running into his own guys. He's not just missing balls now. He's now actively hindering other aspects of the offense. It's bad. Even the most sunniest like media people are admitting like, okay.
Well, did you hear what Devin Gardner said?
It's coaching malpractice to keep
coaching malpractice to keep playing Samaj Morgan.
Yeah,
man.
I agree. At this point, and you did see Channing Goodwin inserted into the game late. So Channing Goodwin was playing alongside Martian McCauley late. And I'm wondering if that was a sign. We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna find, you know what? We'll find out against Purdue. I mean, I don't know.
It would be the perfect time to break in a new wide receiver against Purdue.
You know what's funny is you heard about Jamar Browder during the bye week and what happened?
Nothing.
Where'd he go? Exactly. He got like 3 snaps, I think. But yeah.
Probably want to keep his red shirt is what I would guess.
It's fair.
But still, Bellamy was saying really glowing things about him. And you would think if he was that good, he'd be playing over Butterfingers.
Can I yeah. Can I cook someone live on air?
Please. Proceed.
So social media, we
Yeah.
all know a great place. A great place.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm retarded. Forget the R word. If I'm being a fool here, John, let me know. So I'm debating this clown, right?
Yeah.
Our starters are not young. Not sure what age of roster shows. Okay. This is this guy's point. John, the whole point of the fucking post is we're the youngest team in the Big Ten.
Right.
And then he wants to argue with me. How are we the youngest team? I guess this is a Michigan fan. Boy, what a dumbass. So we're the youngest team. He goes, how are we the youngest team in the league? So I pointed out to him. I give him all the stats, right? I give him these stats. And then I give him our age. Where'd it go? And then this fucking clown, where'd it go? Hold on. Did he delete it? Is that fucker watching the show and he just deleted that post?
Live on air?
Maybe. It's deleted. Point B, he's like, what does our roster age have to do with being the, like, you fucking kidding me? Because our roster's young. Like, and then like people want to argue, well, our starters aren't young. Are we fucking kidding me? Sprague, redshirt freshman. Grenero, redshirt freshman. Frazier, redshirt freshman. True freshman wide receiver. True freshman quarterback. Redshirt freshman at running back. And then on defense, you have a very young defensive back group. You have Cole Sullivan, who's very young. You have Bowles, who's young. We have a defensive line with Nate Marshall, who's young. Like, what are we fucking talking about? Like, why do people want to argue this shit? We have the youngest roster in the Big Ten based on age. I don't know. It just blows my mind the things people want to fucking debate, bro. It's like it's clear as day. It's a fact.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's a very young team.
And I feel he must be watching the show to delete that shit like that. Because I didn't even respond to him yet.
That's wild.
If he is, all good.
Thank you for the viewership. If he is. Michigan man Dan with the 20 with 3 block M's. Thank you for that. Go Blue. Speaking of Go Blue, we got Go Blue with the $2. Beating Ohio State covers a multitude of sins.
Shit.
You're not wrong. And I mean, I personally felt a lot of satisfaction, even though I was really frustrated last year. That Ohio State win felt damn good.
You could get away with murder if you beat OSU. Okay. That's how real that rivalry is.
Yeah. And especially this year when that might be the difference between playoffs and not. Like it goes double. It goes double for this year.
Yeah.
Michigander with a bold prediction that the defense scores first. So thinking that there will be maybe Jair Hill catches one of those interceptions.
I was just going to say, Michigander thinks Jair Hill's going to get a pick 6, huh?
Hey,
we'll see.
He's been due for one. He'd say he's dropped 2 of them.
Yeah, it might be the time, man. It can happen. No, and your mic's not working, John. All right, I forgot who told me this first, so whoever told me it first, forgive me, because this is I am not the originator of this idea, but I've thought more and more about it.
Yeah.
Samaj Morgan needs to play DB. It is time to move Samaj Morgan to nickel. It's time to give him the Mike Sanders still opportunity. Samaj Morgan needs to play defense. Because he's got that dog in him, too. Like, he's got dog in him. Put him on fucking defense. I'm going to light somebody up. Okay? That's why Samaj Morgan needs to play DB and preferably nickel.
Yeah. I'm down. Look, if that would be a better situation, let's do it. We haven't banned anybody. People are saying in chat we haven't banned anybody. We timed out.
I saw someone
asshole, I didn't ban anybody. I timed out an asshole Ohio State for 5 minutes.
Who else got banned? I don't know. I haven't banned anybody.
Stroke and I timed out for 5 minutes.
Let's see. Where do you see that, John? I don't see it.
Yeah, it's zero cool. It's all good. Listen, folks, we try not to we try not to do much in moderation. If somebody's being an obvious asshole, then we're gonna time you out.
Listen,
and that happened one time today.
If you're getting banned from our channel, that's a you problem because we don't.
Yeah, and he's already back. He's already chatting again. So like, who cares? All right. Wolverine not so casual with the 10. Found roller injury, hamstring. If you YouTube search Michigan MSU highlights, there's an 1835 video at 1641. You see the injury. Grade 1 is 1 to 3 weeks. Grade 2 is 4 to 8 weeks. Hopefully low grade. Yeah, like I said, I would expect he's out probably till Ohio State, if I had to guess. If he comes back sooner, great. But luckily there's a bye week coming up. You got a couple of weeks to rest up. And so if it is a grade 1, then he could very well be back for Ohio State, which is where we really need him.
And I just want to say, Wolverine Casual is an elite commentator and member of the community. Love having Wolverine Casual part of this. He does deep dives on so much shit. Very good, very good. And he's also everywhere. I see him everywhere. All the message boards, fucking all over Twitter.
He's everywhere, and he gives some of the best analysis and that I've seen. So we're really glad to have him come by here.
100%.
Michigander says, even in 2021, Dan Campbell believed in his guys regardless of how bad they were and called games aggressive. When you do that, the team gains confidence and plays better. Sharon needs to do that.
That's interesting. He's right. I mean, Dan Campbell did do that, and eventually it did come together. It came together, mid-2022?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, shit, you're not wrong.
Aiden Hutchinson coming in there.
Yeah, the difference is, though, Dan Campbell was a long-time player who, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's not that simple. I mean, what Dan Campbell has achieved and built is it takes a certain fucking mindset. Like, because you really are, if it doesn't come together, you're gone. And I know this is a Michigan podcast, but just to give some more detail, the fan base was ready to fire Dan Campbell, just like Harbaugh, right? The owner had to come out. The owner had to come out publicly and say, I support Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. And it literally came together like a few weeks later. Like, we started winning. We have like the most wins since like mid-2022 and shit. It's crazy. Oh, also, Michigander. He said he was having trouble sending super chats, John, like $5 ones.
Yeah, he said the $4.99 or $5 ones he wasn't able to do. I know.
YouTube's like, your money's no good, Michigander. What the fuck?
Yeah, you got to go $1.99, or you got to. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I've never seen that, but
that's another reason why we gotta get the Venmo probably going.
Yeah,
you know.
Folks, I do have a special announcement before we get to our next super chat. Mark has asked me as of a few minutes ago. So I am hosting, and coming up next, it's not Mark Rogers tonight. It's going to be me. College Football Late Night Live on Voice of College Football Network. So check it out, coming up at about 10 o'clock Eastern once our show wraps up. All right, folks, we got Wolverine Not So Casual who said DM'd you the link, TJ. So the link
I'm looking
is in there. I guess that's the Michigan MSU highlights video.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking a look at it right now.
All right. The way.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's a clear fucking hamstring. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would play it, but we'd get copyright.
100% we would. We can't even play like 1-2 seconds. We get flagged.
It's a crazy one, though. I mean, it's like he's running and he just looks like he gets shot by a sniper. I mean, fuck. Wolverine Casual would find that. Good for you, brother.
Yes, Wolverine. Like I said, like I always say, Wolverine Not So Casual. Michigander, any updates on recruiting? It's almost flip season. TJ, I know you said it's been kind of light.
It's just, for example, like look at what's occurred. Like Nick Abrams is training elsewhere. Hodge committed to Oregon. Like I've just not felt good about any of those rumors in September. That's why I stayed away from it. None of it seemed legitimate, which is why I just didn't want to bring it to the table. Like the rumors are, listen, Michigan's talking to Havon Finney. Michigan's trying to find and 1 to 2 more offensive linemen right now. Linebacker is so interesting. I don't know. I don't understand how there's not money for the linebacker position. Which, by the way, I want to reiterate my position on Brian Jean-Marie. I am off the fire Brian Jean-Marie position. He has that position group playing so elite. I'm off that. I think, listen, I know the recruiting's, but is it him or is it the resources? I'm not sure. Not sure. Because he used to be an elite recruiter. yeah, there's just not a lot of buzz right now. I know there's the offensive lineman who we're likely going to be landing, but I can't remember his name because I'll be honest with you, he's a developmental offensive lineman, and I'm just not excited about it personally. It's one of those things where it's like if it works out, it'll be like a dart at a dartboard, right? You're throwing a dart at a dartboard with your eyes closed, pretty much. I mean, your eyes aren't closed, but we'll see. But yeah, there's just not a lot of buzz right now, but I fully expect that Michigan will turn on the heat here. There's a month and a half left till signing day. I mean, that's the other thing too, is like nobody wants to outbid themselves. So like, there's just no point in like turning the heat up. And like, not only that, you have all these, and here's the other thing too. There's two major factors that like is going to really amp things up. One, coaches are getting fired left and right. Okay. You're going to have coaches leaving schools, going to other schools. And then you have these schools that are poorly performing. So like it's really a waiting game right now. I know we said last week we would pick up recruiting. It will pick up soon. Like we will have a weekly update for you guys. But until I feel like things are getting more serious, I just haven't felt like filling up a topic just to fill up a topic. Like, and as you can see, and as you all can see, what has happened in the last month. So my read was right. Like, I just felt like there was nothing eminent or even of real value, which is why we haven't touched on it much, but we will. It'll be back soon.
Well, Zero Cool has a topic in mind. How much beard dye oil does Ryan Day use per week? Your beard is weird. I think he has. He's bought out the Just for Men jet black beard dye in every state.
Word has it he is a lifetime sponsor from Just for Men and uses it daily to keep that beard nice, black, and sharp. That's the word.
How about that? We got third base Ryan Day. Listen, the beard dye worked for him, won the Natty. So hey, whatever.
It's gotta be those chemicals making him tougher, building his mess with those hormones.
That could be it.
Probably is.
So let's get back to our grades. So we've gotten through quarterbacks, running backs. TJ was at an A+ for running backs. I have an A-, but in the A range. I mean, I think we can all agree in the A range somewhere. Running backs are. Now we get to wide receivers. All right. So this is an interesting one because it's not all equal. You've got Andrew Marsh. I would put him at an A- at best. Like he's killing it. McCauley maybe in the B- range, but then Samaj brings it down with like an F. So he's like bringing it down like an entire letter grade or two with him being in there, and just the amount of drops have just been ridiculous. But I will say one positive about Ron Bellamy. He was able to identify, and so was Sharon and Chip, that Andrew Marsh was ready, that he was able, it was time for him to get on the field. And they've been 100% right on that one, because he has been, I think he's been playing way above his true freshman status. McCauley's been kind of a little bit underwhelming from what I expected, just a little bit. I mean, he's had some good moments.
Underwhelming.
He's had some good moments, but
I'm a fan of McCauley, but it's underwhelming's fair.
And then we all know Samaj Morgan, man, he got to go. And I'm not saying leave the team. I'm saying be on the bench for a bit, get yourself right for a couple games. Maybe you come back in for some crazy play against Ohio State that goes for a touchdown. Who knows? But let's maybe try somebody else. Channing Goodwin. You can't tell me that Channing Goodwin, Kendrick Bell, Anthony Simpson, Jamar Browder, I'm missing Peyton O'Leary. None of them are better than Samaj. None of them?
They can't be. I mean, there has to be a reason. I mean, it's absolutely insane. It's insane. So I mean, clearly there's an issue. You know, clearly somebody's not stepping up. You know, the kid's not even good at punt return anymore. You know, like I mean anymore, like as if he ever was really. But I don't know. Listen, I'm giving this group a C, John. Listen, I think Andrew Marsh is obviously a bright spot. I think McCauley is solid, but not good enough. I mean, he disappears because he doesn't get freaking separation, which pisses me off. You know, it's just, you know, and Samaj is a disappointment, bro. He's a liability. We're going to label Samaj liability. What's his fucking drop count at? 17? I don't even know. It's ridiculous. And then where's the depth? I mean, if we look at the receiving for Michigan, John, Channing Goodwin, 8 receptions, 122 yards. I mean,
yeah, the depth is.
And then the next best wide receiver is Kendrick Bell, 1 reception for 30. Ugh.
I know.
Jesus. I'll tell you right now, this offseason, they better get real serious about that room. Like real serious. Because, like, look, I know I'm stressing like some patience and taking a deep breath with this roster right now and this team.
Mm-hmm.
But this offseason is back against the wall offseason. We have 2 years left with Bryce after this year. This offseason better be major. Like, for example, that $30 million they just fucking spent on this fine.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't, I listen, I'm gonna be pissed as hell. That money could have been put to the roster. And I'm not saying all of it, but 10 million of it, you couldn't give me a linebacker or some wide receivers. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to go there yet. We'll see how they operate in the offseason. I do think they'll be very aggressive, but to be determined.
So Andrew Marsh is he's almost overtaken McCauley. So he is at, McCauley's at 25 for 378, about a 15 average. Marsh, in fewer games, by the way, is up to 21, 351 pass yards. He is 27 away from overtaking McCauley.
Less games. Didn't even start the year. What, after the bye week he started, right? Or was it right before the bye week? Here, I guess we can look real quick. Game log. CMU is when he just started playing. He had 1 catch. It was really so it was after the bye week. It was Wisconsin.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Unbelievable that a true freshman has to lead the team because all these other receivers can't do it. It's sad.
What it does say for recruiting is, hey, you can come in and play as a true freshman and you can do well. Like it's Andrew Marsh is single-handedly propping up wide receiver recruiting in terms of current product on the field. So at least there's that. Michigander says Samaj is a Z grade. Samaj wears 0 for the catches he gets per game. He has had 19, to be fair. He has had 19 for 214, but lately it just feels like he's been laying eggs and punt return. I think you got to make a change at punt return. There, it's just bad.
And you know who's rumored to take his punt return responsibilities, right?
Marsh,
Andrew Marsh. I mean, it's got to suck. Like, I feel for Samaj, but put him at DB. It's DB time.
Doreen is here. Love y'all. Go
Blue
and go Blue.
Yeah.
Not on
I'm seeing
11:29. You know, Mark Rogers does say go Blue when he gets a super chat. So I'll return the favor. So she says go Blue, but not on 11:29. Okay. All right. I got you.
Rumor has it Doreen will be in Ann Arbor.
Oh. Rumor has it, huh? Okay.
Rumor.
Doreen and her husband in the Buckeye gear.
We'll see. I mean, he wore it at spring game. Doreen, we were trying to flip her. I think we made a dent because she said she was neutral.
Yeah,
But
I
think being in Ohio, I think, the close to home, the proximity, I think it kind of sucked her back. We lost momentum. We'll try again in the offseason.
Absolutely. We will keep working on it in the transfer portal. Okay, and let's get to, we're going to do tight ends and offensive line. Those will be our last two, and we'll get to defense next week. So that'll be exciting as well. Tight ends has been really interesting. Marlon Klein having a very strong first game, but since his injury, really hasn't been. He had 4 yards this past game. However, you also have the fullback type, Bredesen, who has been crushing it. So I had to give him some level up for that. And then Tinelli and Marshall, when they were in, Tinelli and Marshall against Washington had themselves a game. And I asked Isaiah Hull, do you expect to see more Tinelli and Marshall? And he said he sure hopes so. So maybe. I'd love to see. But I think that overall, and I didn't even put Hansen in here, Hogan Hansen, because he's been injured a lot, aside from that CMU game where he had a big impact. But it's tough to evaluate this one. But I'm gonna go B-. It's not like Loveland level. Like last year, I would have given an A just for Loveland alone. But in this case, it's interesting how the tight ends haven't been as much of a factor as they have been in previous years, because normally the wide receivers are below. Like it's Colston Loveland or Marlon Klein or whoever, and then wide receiver, like ReliaQuest Bowl, it was Marlon Klein and then receiver, right? But this year, a lot of times the receivers have actually been outdoing the tight ends.
I'm going to give it a C because of how inconsistent it is. I mean, look, Marlon Klein shot out of a cannon, played excellent, and then the rest of the year, I mean, where's he been? Hogan Hansen's been injured. Like after Marlon Klein's 93-yard game, his highest game, John, 2 receptions, 21 yards. Embarrassing. Hogan Hansen injured. Zach Marshall did have a decent performance. Tinelli dropped the damn ball when he played, and I'm not even gonna put Bredesen in this category because he's really a fullback.
Well, then you put him in his own category. It's an A+.
Yeah, I think I think it's fair to give Max Bredesen an A+ as a fullback. And I think, to be honest, John, Max Bredesen's carrying your grade right now.
Yeah, that's what I said in chat just now. That's why it's a B-.
Yeah, so just like the wide receiver room, underperforming. Now, I will say I do think Steve Kasul, our tight end coach, is a pretty solid tight end coach, good recruiter. I just feel our tight ends are just not executing and doing good enough.
Yeah. The blocking has overall been good, in my opinion.
Agree, it has. That's one
time the tight ends are utilized in the run concepts, they tend to work. When they're used in the few counters, it works. So you got to give them that too.
Yeah.
But we'd like to see some more production in the receiving game.
Yeah.
So then in that case, I'm just going to throw in, well, I think I'm out of banner space, but Max Bredesen, A+ on his own as a fullback. And then we do have, of course, what ties it all together? What is the kind of what kind of wins or loses games? Trench play. And this offensive line has changed up all year, right? So it's very tough to give these guys a grade. But I will say this. The reason I'm giving them a C and not lower is because I think run protection has been, for the most part, okay. I think MSU game, the runners at times had wide open lanes. You can argue Bredesen's been part of that too, though, because he's been utilized in a lot of those blocking concepts. But I would say that run pro's been solid, pass pro not so much. And again, you're dealing with a lot of youth. You're dealing with a lot of people who've been inserted late, right? Frazier just took over, and he's all of a sudden been one of the better O linemen. And some of them maybe not pulling their weight as much at times, right? Like El Hadi and Crippen even have had some rough games. So overall, I'm thinking C here. Where are you at?
Yeah, see, so for the audience who has no idea, me and John did not even talk about, like, these are John's, like, John's given his, I have mine. We've not collaborated at all. And it's interesting to see. I think offensive line's like an interesting one because running wise, we're one of the best rushing teams in the Big Ten, you know, like as a unit, right? We are, our rushing offense ranks 3rd in the Big Ten. So obviously it's now, I'm sure Juju would argue, along with many, Haynes makes our offensive line look better than it is. And there's some truth to that. And Jordan Marshall's starting to play really well as well. That said, okay, then let's look at it at the counter perspective, right? Sacks allowed. Michigan has only given up in 8 games 10 sacks. Pretty good. Pretty good. So, and then this 5 that you have up here, John, this is why I think this is a bit of a moving target, because this wasn't the 5 who started, right? Link started. It was Norton at right guard. Ifobi, then Norton, right? Something along those lines, yeah. And now I actually think this 5, though, I will give this 5 a B.
Okay.
I think this fair. 5 is actually a strong unit. If we look at it through the entirety of the entire year, I'll give it a C+ with all the rotation. But that 5, I actually think that 5 is pretty good. It's crazy to say that El Hadi might be the weak point, which he should have been our best.
Yeah.
How disappointing. And for those who don't know, El Hadi came in the same class as JJ McCarthy and as a top 100 recruit. He unfortunately has not lived. And what's crazy too is even as a freshman, I think he had playing time. And if it wasn't his freshman year, sophomore year, it might have been his sophomore year. He was our 6th offensive lineman, something along those lines. Interesting to see his progression, his career progression. But that said, I actually am encouraged with that 5. And I'm going to be very encouraged when next year when Babalola is the starting left tackle, because he will be. I'm confident in that. I think he will. It's what do they do with Frazier? You know, do they move Frazier inside the left guard? Because think about that. Andrew Babalola, Blake Frazier, center. As Crippen's in his last year, because he also came in with JJ McCarthy, played with JJ McCarthy at IMG. I think you would move Granera to center, and then right guard will maybe Ty Haywood's ready. It'd be interesting. Next year's offensive line should be much stronger, though. Very excited to see how that shakes out.
Yeah, and by the way, I think the O line, I put the 5 that are there now, but I am kind of factoring in the whole season in that grade. But if I'm with you that I would give these 5 specifically in the B range somewhere. I'm okay with that.
All right, yeah,
I'm okay with that. And then we will get to defense next week, so that's something to keep in mind when we're talking about next week. We'll cover defense and special teams. Michigander disagrees. So Michigander says tight end too inconsistent, so C-. So it's interesting. On that one, I was a little bit more charitable. Whereas for the most part, I've been a little less charitable. For that one, I was a little more charitable. But Michigander says C-, and I get it. I understand why. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's been unreasonable in any of these grades. Like, I think there's a reasonable justification for the ones that I've seen anyway. Go Blue says having the guy that can't catch back for punts is crazy as hell. You're not wrong, Go Blue. It is a little bit of a different type of catch, right? Catching a punt versus catching a pass. It is a little different, right? Velocity, the art, there's various aspects. Samaja's tended to catch them, but the issue is that he fair catches at the wrong times. He fair catches when there's nowhere. Like, literally, you have to pull the all 22 film out to find the nearest opposing player. So in that situation, when you're at like the 5-yard line, you run it. Yeah, you don't call for a fair catch in that situation. If there's a guy right in your face, okay. But, like, move the ball.
When he's not even making good decisions, though. He's letting the ball, he's fair catching in the 5. He's letting the ball fucking. Weird. I don't know. That's something that the player evaluation's got to get a little better, but I'm hoping with talent improvement and development, it will.
Michigander says O-line as a whole.
Juju, I'm sorry to cut you off, John. Juju goes, my hot take, Jalen Pyle, our punt returner next year. I think it'll be Travis Johnson. Take that, Juju.
Okay.
Travis Johnson.
I can see either.
Why Jalen Pyle over Travis Johnson? I found that interesting, Juju. We'll talk about it Thursday, brother, unless you want to comment.
Yeah. I mean,
I like Jalen Pyle.
I think the reason you go Pyle is to keep Travis Johnson fresh for a starting wide receiver. So that way, you're kind of splitting the load. Pyle isn't a starting wide receiver, but he handles punt returner. So it's basically just load management at that point.
Bro. Yeah.
I still think either are an improvement over what we have. I would say that. O-line, Michigander says O-line as a whole, C+. Bright spots are Jake and Blake. Yes, I agree with you that those are bright spots. I also think Sprague, with the exception of that one game, has been solid for the most part. He was solid. I didn't see any crazy whiffs or anything against MSU. He was fine. I think it's really El Hadi and then Crippen had a weird one with some of what he's done, like trying to go to his block too quickly and weird snaps, and it just hasn't really been like. I think if Garnera takes over at center next year, that's going to be a massive improvement at center. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, I get you in the C range. Kirk with the 20. What position on defense do you think Samaj could play? I think you said DB.
Yeah, I would say Nickelback. Sorry, I'm debating a Buckeye because they're stupid. Bro, not this Buckeye. Like, so I posted a meme. It's like the Grim Reaper knocking on the doors, and we basically murdered them the last 4 years, and he's knocking on 2025, and then this Buckeye goes, now do the 20 years before that, dumbass. So then I'm like, why stop there? Let's do the 24 before that, where you only won 6 fucking games. And then, but I didn't say that. I just said do the 24 years before that. That's all I said. And then they don't know that because they're stupid. And then this guy goes, 24 doors is bad for Michigan as well. What a fucking idiot. They won 6 games from 77 to 96. Bro, they're so fucking dumb. Like, these Buckeyes are so stupid, man. It's like they really don't even know their own shit. All they know is 20 years. That's all they know. All they know is 01 to 20. It's ridiculous, John. I don't know. It's where I'm at.
Yeah, well, Buckeyes, they tend to have those scarlet and gray colored glasses.
John, the window of 21 to 20 is what they hang on to. When Michigan had a similar window from 77 to 96, we own the all-time record, and we have the most recent win streak. What a they're so fucking dumb, dude. It annoys me. For one, they are one of the most arrogant, uninformed fucking fan bases because all they know, thanks to their program, is success. So fair on them.
Yeah.
But they don't even know what the fuck they speak of a lot of the time. And it's insane. Like, I wish they would get some reality like the occasional Georgia gets, or the occasional Alabama gets, or what Clemson's going through, or what USC's gone through, or even we went through for a minute. They won't, though, at least for the foreseeable future. But they really are a stupid fan base. Like, they're just low IQ fan base. Sorry, I just had a vent because I'm about to cook this dude.
Bold prediction: Pyle will be special next year. Michigander loves Jalen Pyle. Pyle reminds me a little bit of Roman Wilson. I can see that. I've watched his film. We've evaluated his film on air during the off season. I could see it. I think people do sleep on him a lot, and because you have Travis, you have Zion, but Pyle is. I think Pyle's people are sleeping on Pyle. I think he could be punt return, and if he is, that's because you want to give some other players some rest time. You don't want to have them do both so quick. But yeah, I'm with you, Michigander. I like him. Okay, so let's once again. My bad. Let's do this now. I forgot to do a little earlier, but we will do it now. Want to give our sponsors a little bit more love here. So again, we have that message from the Win Agency after the massive win against Little Brother.
Another year, another exciting win over our rival. Coach Moore and our awesome team just keep stacking up wins against those who want to beat us the most. If you're a rival fan suffering from depression over your inability to beat Michigan for the past several years, chances are we cover your area. Several of our plans offer psychiatric care if you think you might need counseling to overcome your grief. Don't add a financial problem to the trauma you're already experiencing, and let our staff help you get the coverage you need. Go Blue!
Yeah, they are. I love the Win Agency because they make these and it's hilarious, and they have a great sense of humor, and they have great programs as well. So all of the links are right here. If you need life insurance, if you need the marketplace, if you need Medicare help, the Win Agency is there for you. Links are all there in the chat, and it's real easy. Just type in your info and spit out a quote, and then see if you'd like to continue the conversation from there. And then, of course, we also have Healthy Dogma. That's right, folks. Healthy Dogma. So every Michigan fan knows the feeling of family. And for many of us, that includes our dogs. Healthy Dogma believes in feeding them like family with ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. Order at healthydogma.com using code 25GoBlue to save 25%. Feed your dog the right stuff. I think that's our family, and I love that we have this because it just makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good company. Very excited to have them. Very excited to have Win Agency. Two excellent companies, a part of the Michigan Voice College Football family.
Steve, go back, rewind.
I know.
Rewind like an hour.
Leave this up. Leave it up. I saw this comment. This is what I mean.
No reading no
what I mean.
Or reading comprehension.
Bro, this was discussed at the very beginning, Steven.
Yeah.
The fuck, Buckeyes? Like, come on, Buckeyes. Oh my God. It is what this is what we deal with. I mean, every Michigan fan's watching us. They understand. These fucking Buckeyes, bro.
Yeah.
Like the extra, it's crazy that, like, I wonder what the percentage of like years lost just having Buckeyes as rivals is, and not even because like in game. I mean, just fucking having them as rivals. Like
the amount of brain cells lost,
bro,
to dealing with it.
Jesus. We all need Win Agency.
Yeah, seriously.
Buckeyes are nuts.
It's crazy. Yeah, Steve. So yeah, Steve, we did address it, and we talked about, maybe it's time for the page to be turned. But we also don't love the continued leadership
retreats
all the time.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the bottom line.
And then our donor already paid for the fine, so we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yep.
Cash that check. Moving on.
Yep. Because as you know, John, where is it? Right here? No, where is it?
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
Couldn't be us.
They hate us because they ain't us.
One thing we got to do, John, is get more clips. Like, I want to load that thing up with some heat.
I'm down. All right, folks. So coming up, we got a couple of announcements to make. So coming up literally next in about, I'll probably start in like 10, 15 minutes or so, over on the main channel, Voice of College Football Network. Yours truly is taking over for Mark tonight, taking your calls on College Football Late Night Live. So head over there, and if you'd like to call in, I'll post the call-in link up there, and I'll be taking calls tonight. So a little bit of late night call action here at the Voice of College Football. And then the next show for our channel is the call-in show Thursday night, TJ.
Yep, call-in show Thursday night. Myself and Johnny Olden in the house, taking your calls, getting ready for Purdue week, and doing the damn thing, man. Looking forward. Then we got post-game, John.
Yes.
Another late one.
Yes.
Another late one.
11 or so p.m. Eastern. We'll be there. Win or lose. Hopefully it's a big win this time around. And we'll hopefully have a lot of good things to talk about, a lot of hope for the rest of the season. Because that's what we need to see. There's hope we know there's hope in the run game. We know there's hope in the defense. We need to see the pass game, and we need to see the special teams and the hope in those areas. Kind of solid in the second half of Washington. I want to see that come back in this game. A lot of receiving yards. Let's see it.
Yeah, I agree. This is Wilson. This pass defense is similar to Michigan State's, but let's execute. We're at home. Let's see it. I'll be honest. That's one of the biggest things I'm looking for. I want to see an effective, strong passing game. This is a great team to sharpen the blade on. Do it. So that's where I'm at with it.
There it is. All right, folks. Well, want to appreciate everybody who stopped by today and did anything. If you contributed, if you hit the like button, if you just watched, you said something in chat, you didn't say something in chat, you listen to the show later, maybe tomorrow morning. We love all of you because you're listening to the content, you're sharing it with everybody, and just want to say thank you for that because y'all make the show. We host it, but you guys in the community, you are the ones that power this stuff. So thank you for the support, and definitely follow us if you haven't on X at TJ_Ronin, at John D'Adamo. Any final thoughts, TJ?
Fuck Ohio.
Fuck Ohio. There it is, and we'll see you next time. Go Blue, everybody.
Go Blue.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select a betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.